What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mike Meets, where I get to meet some of our awesome record holders and hear their amazing stories. Today we have a gaming legend on the show. It's Hank Chien, Dr. Hank Chien that is, who just so happens to also have the most famous record in gaming, the high score in Donkey Kong. Chien has held this record 3 times in the past, plus has the current record at 1,138,600 points. For Hank's top 5 tips on how you can become a better Donkey Kong player, make sure to visit the news section at GuinnessWorldRecords.com. But for now, let's go to where it all started for Hank, and let's meet Hank Chien. Here I am with the man himself, Hank Chien. Hank, what's happening?
Not much.
We've met before when you first got your world record,
yes.
But now we're here kind of on your home turf. This place is amazing. We're in Barcade, my first time here, but you spend a little more time here than the normal person.
Oh yeah, when I first started getting into Donkey Kong, this is actually where I learned. This is the machine that I learned on, right
this
here.
This guy right here. This is where dreams started. So let's get to it. Everyone in the gaming world is familiar with your story, but a quick recap. So you're not a huge competitive gamer. You go to Harvard, you get a couple of degrees there.
Right.
Every day, normal guy. You get your medical degree then. Right. You go into plastic surgery, open your own private practice.
Correct.
You watch King of Kong and you decide, I think I can go for this world record, and that's when you start going after it, and now we have 3 world records to your name.
Actually, when I saw the King Kong, I didn't necessarily play to get a world record. I was just more curious what this game was about, because I'd never really played Donkey Kong before in my life. And when I saw the documentary, I was like, hey, what's so good about this game, or why is this game so important? And once I started playing, I realized it's actually a really good game. And it wasn't until I broke 1 million that actually I started actively going for the world record. Actually, there's a funny story. When I was going for 1 million in my early days of playing Donkey Kong, I actually started the game before a plane flight. I had literally 1 hour to kill before a plane flight, and the 1 million point game takes about 2.5 hours. So, I was an hour into the game when I had to leave for the airport, and I was like, holy cow, I haven't died yet. This could be my first 1 million point game.
So and you had to catch the flight.
No, I played it out.
You skipped the flight?
I played the game out. I got 1 million points.
That's amazing.
And I caught my flight barely.
Nice. There you go. So you won them both.
But I would have missed the plane flight for that 1 million point game. But
that's the dedication you need to get that world record. You get that first high score. What's it like? Because you have kind of this Clark Kent Superman thing going on. You're mild mannered doctor by day, and then you're just taking care of business by night in the video game board. Is that how you feel about it?
It is kind of true. Actually, my Twitter page says plastic surgeon by day, Donkey Kong world record holder by night.
There you go.
It is kind of true, and actually most of my patients I would say don't even know that, and I don't even bring it up.
You have a longtime girlfriend who's been part of this whole life you've been experiencing since you got your Donkey Kong high score. This is the part of the interview I think a lot of the gamers are going to focus on. How do you find and keep love in the gaming world when you have to dedicate so much time to this machine?
It's just, well, she's she's sort of a gamer herself, so it wasn't completely, a complete intrusion on her part. So she enjoys playing some video games, so it wasn't too bad. But there are definitely times where she's like, oh, you want to go to Barcade again?
Okay, Hank, it's time now for the rapid fire round. So pretend that I'm DK, just hurtling these barrels at you, and how you deal with them, we'll see. First question, obviously a Guinness World Records holder, that's why you're on the show. Where do you keep your Guinness World Records certificate?
I actually keep it in the living room on top of the sofa.
Good place for it. What's your favorite video game besides Donkey Kong?
That's an interesting story. I would say Super Mario Galaxy. It's another Mario game, but actually that was the game I played before, or one of the last games I played before I played Donkey Kong, and that's probably my all-time favorite game.
If you could be any video game character, who would you pick?
That's a good question. I'd have to say Mario, because I think he's the only video game character that has 2 girlfriends, Princess Peach and Pauline.
Right, and he's a good driver for Mario Kart, right? He can get your plumbing fixed. He's still multi-talented. Good pick, I like it. How high can the Donkey Kong score go?
It's a good question, because there's so much randomness in Donkey Kong. There's really no set maximum score. But people think the realistically achievable score is a little more than 1.2 million. So we still have another 100,000 points to go before we're maxed out.
one of the parts of your whole story that's kind of overlooked is the fact that you own one of these. So this is a double Donkey Kong machine, but you own
Yes.
an original Donkey Kong arcade machine.
Yes.
And you and I were talking off camera before about how everyone just assumes it showed up at your apartment one day, but that's not the case. Give me the whole story, how you found it, how you got it,
Right.
how you moved it up to a Manhattan apartment, because I
Right.
know what it's like to move in New York. It's not easy.
It's tough, yeah. I looked on eBay and Craigslist and online for several months actually, because it's hard to find one of these machines, especially one of the machines that are in good condition and at a reasonable price. So I finally found one that I liked in New Jersey. I bought it, and I always joked around with my brother. I think I told him we have to throw out the refrigerator or the sofa, otherwise it's not going to fit.
The big screen has to go, because we have to put the Donkey Kong machine in the living room, right?
But actually, it's sitting. We didn't throw anything out. It's sitting. It's actually blocking our balcony door, so we make it work out.
Right. Who needs a balcony when you can play,
Who needs
you can play Donkey Kong? All right, well, Hank, one of the coolest guys I've ever met doing this job, definitely an amazing record. You'll have to teach me some tips on the Donkey Kong in a little bit, but thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, Mike.
All right, for Hank Chien, I'm Mike Janella. We'll catch you next time on Mike Meets. Watch out for that record, Hank. I'm coming for you. Oh, so that one got me.